Jay Menon and this is Stadium Unplugged. This is a show in which we find out who the real person is behind the sports superstar. We dig beneath the public stats and news of the said superstar to get to the heart and soul of who he or she really is. Today in the hot seat is England's most capped right back, who has made a record 11 appearances in the European Championships over 3 tournaments. He is better known though for captaining 19-time league champions Manchester United for 5 years. In that time, this one-club man and United's second longest serving player has won 8 Premier League titles, 3 FA Cups and 2 League Cups. He was also part of United's treble-winning squad, which won the 1998-1999 UEFA Champions League title. If you don't already know who I'm talking about, well, shame on you. It's Gary Neville. Gary, welcome on Stadium Unplugged.
Hi.
Now, 2 years ago, if someone were to tell you that you're going to be one of the top pundits in the UK, what would you have told them?
I don't believe I am really. I just I've enjoyed the last 6 months' work. It's different for me, unusual. I've spent 20 years just at Manchester United playing football, but I wanted to have a year where I didn't just do the same thing, going into a training ground every day. So Sky offered me the work, and you know, I've really enjoyed it because it's allowed me to see all different types of football, go to different grounds, and it's been a learning experience for me. I feel I can do a lot better. I feel I can improve and do things in a better way, but you know, I've enjoyed it, and I don't see myself as being the best pundit around. I just think of myself as...
They've been saying that you're one of the top ones in the UK, so you got to take credit for that one.
Yeah, it's very early days.
All right. What are the challenges like so far, being a pundit, as opposed to a player?
I think just getting used to the fact that the people who you've played with and played against, that you're having to speak about them in an honest way, and those players don't always play well. It's easy when they play well because you can speak about them in a very complimentary manner, but sometimes you see them and they make a mistake, and you have to tell the truth. I think I've been impartial and neutral. I think that's the only way I could be. People wouldn't have accepted it any other way, and also I'm also the type of person that if something happens on a pitch, you have to say what you see on the pitch. You can't just make it up. So for me, the difficulties have been around speaking about my teammates when they haven't played well. For instance, I was a pundit on the game when Manchester United lost 6-1, which is difficult, and then when Manchester United got knocked out of the Champions League. So you're having to speak about really bad experiences for the club that you've played at and players that you've played with, and that's probably been the most difficult element, but I think I've done okay at it, and I think the players in the dressing room respect the fact that I've got a job to do and that I have to say something. Okay.
Now let's take you back to your childhood. So you're the kind of person, as an adult, you're straight to the point. As a child, how were you?
A little bit the same. I think it comes from my parents. They've always been, up and at 'em, go for it, don't wait, have no regrets, and I think that's the way I've always lived my life. Try to do the very best that I can, and make sure that you don't look back in a few years' time and think I could have done this better or I could have worked harder. So they've always told me to work hard and do the very best that I can, and it stood me in good stead. And for me, I feel as though I didn't have the most incredible talent as a football player by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel as though I maximised my potential. I got everything out of my potential, got everything out of my body that I could.
Why football?
I just fell in love with football very early on. At the age of 4 or 5, my dad took me to Old Trafford. I fell in love with the ground, the shirt, the stadium, the atmosphere, and it was always Manchester United from that moment on. I never thought, you always think as a kid you can play for the club. Every kid does, but I never in my wildest dreams could have imagined what has happened just to play for one club, that club, all the way through my career. But it was just Manchester United. I don't think I would have been the same player had it happened at any other club, because I just love playing for United and everything it gave me. Okay.
Who were your idols growing up?
Brian Robson was my idol growing up because I felt he epitomised everything that I wanted to be, seeing a Manchester United player as a fan. To fight to the last minute of every match, show guts and determination and courage, and looked like it always mattered to him. Everything that he did, it looked like it hurt inside, like he was always struggling to fight for the victory, and I think that was something that was important. Okay.
One club player, such a rarity these days. Why do you think you survived as long as you did in Manchester United?
I think for me it was easy because whilst the club still wanted me, I was playing at the best club for me because I supported them. They were winning trophies, they were in the Champions League. Such a successful period under a great manager, and I don't always go along with the theory that you know I'm loyal and other players aren't, because I suppose if I was playing at a lesser club and a bigger club wanted to come and sign me, I would have moved. So I've been very lucky that I've been fortunate to be at the right club and that the club wanted to keep me continuously through my career, and that in itself, I wouldn't call it loyalty, even though it is loyalty. Why would I leave? Why would anybody leave Manchester United?
More to come on Stadium Unplugged, including...
No, it's not the first time that after a big goal I've kissed the man.